Hey, what up? What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's day is going well, man. Just let me. What the heck just happened? Uh-oh. Are we live? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me see what's going on. All right, here we go. I believe. Let me check. Yes, sir. We are. Audio sounds good. Video quality. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. It's coming. It's coming. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I told y'all, man. 4:30. 4:30 Monday and Tuesday. We're gonna be going live. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, today is June the 26th, 2023, and it is 4:26 p.m. right now, man. Again, I hope everybody's day is going well, man. We set out to commit to this time, and I made damn sure that we made good on that doggone promise. All right. 4:30 is when we're supposed to be going live Monday and Tuesday. Let me go ahead and check the schedule one more time. Wednesday, Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10:30 a.m. All right. So that's when the lives or the videos are going to be coming out from this from Katie's Empire. So y'all be on the lookout for that. It will not just be live streams. All right. We will not just be doing live streams. Some videos will be pre-recorded, and we will be taking some of the knowledge and stuff that we are learning and actually applying that in everyday life. All right. So becoming the best version of yourself, looking good, smelling good, making sure, everything is on point. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's check these comments out real quick. Let's see. The Ultimate Red Pill channel said, "Where do I try these things we are learning?" Great question. Really, really good question, man. Where do I try these things that we are learning? So, in your everyday life, man, in your everyday life, you know, some of the things that they've been talking about is basically self-improvement. I mean, I believe that's self-explanatory. Getting up at a decent time, showering, working out, those things of course are things that you should be trying at least 3 to 4 times out of the week, man. And understand this, y'all. Don't just think you can just flip a switch and this thing just automatically becomes a part of your routine. It is going to take time. Understand that every day is not going to be perfect. All right. You got to slowly start to put these things into play. When you hear, certain people are getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, some people are getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Understand this. That wasn't just like an overnight thing. It wasn't just like an overnight process. They actually like put things in place. Instead of me getting up at 8, I'm gonna get up at 7:30. Instead of me getting up at 7:30, I'll be getting up at 7:25, and maybe just pushing that 5 minutes early each and every day, man, to ultimately get to your goal. So I don't want you guys just to go from getting up at 8 o'clock to try to get up at 5 o'clock. All right. I don't want you guys to go from not working out at all to trying to work out every day. You're gonna overload and you're gonna try to do too much, man. You don't want to strain your body. You want to understand this, that this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. All right. This is something that you want to do for the long haul. So those things are gonna take time, and those things you should be trying to put into works each and every day, man. Don't try to do too much too soon, though. All right. It's baby steps. Crawl before you walk. Now, if you're talking about some of the things that they spoke about the other day, which appearance, image, communication, and actually putting those things into play. What I'm saying, when it comes to maybe speaking with the opposite sex, which I know a lot of us are not comfortable with. That, believe me, I know. All right, if you're not comfortable with speaking to the opposite sex, then you apply this in your everyday life by just going out and just having a conversation, man. All right, it don't have to. You don't have to be fresh. You're not trying to sleep with every woman that you talk to, but just being comfortable with having a conversation with just about anybody, any random stranger that you walk up to. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable just having a conversation. And listen, you can actually have like things written down that you want to talk about, all right, or things that you want to ask that person to better get acquainted with them. When you walk up on a person, I know before I walk up on a person, I'm going to first introduce myself, ask them what their name is. You can ask them things like where they're from, just random questions, but don't try to get too personal with these questions. Just broad questions that you can walk up and you can ask anybody from your age on up until like an older person. All right, but just if I think it's better to have those type of things like in your sidearm that you can pull out at any time and use those. I think that is a really really good way in putting these things that we are learning to work. All right, each and every day. It's a great question though, man. Very very good question, man. Where do I try these things? We'll learn. I love that. I love that question. Good question. What we got next? Should I start a gym membership or therapy? Hey, that's a really really good question as well, man. I'm gonna say this. I think that maybe you should get with somebody that I don't know. I think I just may just go with therapy first, man, because I think that everything pretty much starts up top in the head, right? Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. All right, my apologies, yeah, my apologies. We're back. Yeah, so I would say therapy first, man. I think everything starts up here in the brain, man. It starts up here in the head, and I believe if you get that head right, the body will follow. All right, so you get your mindset right. You work on those things. You know, again, a lot of us need therapy to work out some of the issues and stuff that we got from childhood, past friendships, past relationships, just everyday life, man. Understand this. Nobody is going through life in a freaking bubble. All right. No matter what you do, where you go, you're going to get some type of trauma or something is going to happen around you that could affect you mentally. That's just it, man. I mean, that's just everyday life. Everybody gonna have to go through those things, right? But you should definitely speak to a professional first, man, and get some information from them, and then they may be able to give you a better insight on, you know, the steps that you need to take in order to get to where you need to be or where you want to be in life. Get the results. All right. So I would probably go to therapy first. I think therapy is definitely a must for most people. All right. And then listen, you can probably do both of them the same day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just taking baby steps to get to where you want to be, man. Personally, I think therapy may maybe be a good start. Next question, shout out to Melanie, is will you ever try to reach and teach more women? It's a great question. I mean, honestly, man, I speak and I talk to women on a day-to-day basis because of my part-time job and communicating and talking on Facebook all the time. But as of right now, I think I want to focus on the guys. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the guys as well as focus on myself because this journey is not just their journey; it's also my journey. So I'm working on myself. I want to make sure that I'm in the right headspace and I'm where I need to be before I start to try to branch out, right? Um, but maybe there will be a time where I'll be able to reach and teach and help more women. I personally would love to maybe have a young lady to come up here and maybe give some game or give some knowledge to those women that that is in a good headspace or whatever, man. But yeah, but personally, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who knows what the future holds, right? For this YouTube channel. It's called Katie's Empire for a reason, baby. We are an empire. So it's not just gonna be men, it's gonna be women as well. We're gonna lead this thing. Hey, and speak of leading, we the people news said leader of the new school. Stop gassing me. Stop gassing me up, man. Stop gassing me up. I'll take that though, man. I'll take that and we'll hang this thing up until I can wear it. I think that might be like a 3XL t-shirt. I'm in a size medium right now. We're gonna grow into it. We're gonna grow into it. We're working, baby. We're working. In the meantime, in between time, we're gonna continue to stay humble and do the work. All right. Shalik says, "How do women find the right man?" How do women find? That boy been sweating. Hold on, man. Good, great. I know this was an interview. No, but how do I believe that women find the right man? Um, I would say you find the right man by staying away from the wrong ones. No, I think that the first thing that you need to do is just work on yourself, man. Like before you do anything, before you move any other piece on that board, I think that just like men, like first you have to do the work. Like, you got a lot of guys out there, a lot of people out there that the first thing they want to do is they want to start like cutting people off and start moving some pieces around or whatever. Stop, I don't think that that's healthy. Honestly, I don't believe that is healthy at all, man. I don't think that's going to honestly benefit a person because I think that that would be kind of like shifting accountability, man. I think that oftentimes, you know what I mean, before you do anything, you need to do the work for yourself. You need to work on yourself. And the people that you want to stick around, that you want to be around, and the people that want to continue to be around you, if they see that you are making a change, then hopefully, I mean, you got to give them a chance. Hopefully, they will try to make a change as well. But you cannot expect change to come just because, again, you're moving other pieces, but you're not doing any work, as far as doing the work for yourself, doing the work on yourself and trying to become that best version of you. Um, and I believe that women, young ladies out there, if you honestly do the work on yourself, I believe the people, not just I mean, like, not just the right man, but the right people will align themselves with you. Like you put out good energy, you're going to get back good energy, healthy energy, beautiful energy, that pure energy that a lot of us would love to have in life. I believe that it is out there. And I believe that a lot of us sometimes have that. We just, I don't know, for whatever reason, we don't see it. You know what I mean? The young lady, Miss Shalik, the right man could be, that guy that you may not even think that, it's him, but you just got to give some things time, man. Give some things time and allow that thing to grow into what could be instead of just cutting it off and just being like, you know what, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? And then some people, hey, you might have to. You know what I'm saying? Some people you may have to. But I think that the first step, honestly, is just working on yourself, man. Working on yourself, putting in that doggone work. You know what I mean? Trying to be like Katie. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, man, just trying to do and trying to be better, man. And it's so many doggone life coaches out here that are on YouTube, that are on social media, that'll help you become a better version of you. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we all want to be better, or you should want to be better. You know what I mean? Shoot for the stars, man. What is it? Shoot for the moon. And if you hit the stars, I can't remember what that dog. I want to remember that thing so bad, man. I just feel like it'll make what I'm saying just sound that much better. I'm gonna figure it out. As soon as I figure out whatever that saying is, we're gonna get to it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, man. So today's video, guys, is gonna be about Black Man. Well, of course, from Kevin Samuels, Black Man, you belong there too. All right. Black Man, you belong there too. Dope.
Meet Kiana, Shiori, and Karthik, just a few merchants from around the globe who've switched to
And
Shopify. Why?
I think that, listen, I can already look at his face, man. I think that a lot of times, us as black men are kind of like overlooked You know what I'm saying? Kind of like put down, put to shame, which is understandable. Listen, I understand that it comes with the territory. I mean, already, if you are a man, understand that nobody is coming to save you. Understand that you have to do and you have to show the work no matter what. Don't nobody want to hear anything your butt got to say if you do not have the results. And I respect that. I respect that thing wholeheartedly. And as a man, you need to embody that thing. All right. Take that thing, be like, you know what? Okay. All right. You want me to, do the work, show the work, say no more. You know what I'm saying? It's so much information out there, black men. We got to take it, soak that doggone thing up and apply it. All right. And it's all going to start with your mental, man, with your mindset. And I can tell you right now, man, just looking at Kev, he ready to go in, dog. So let's get it. Man, you knew this. Okay, you knew this dog gonna lie.
What you mean rolling them a 500 bins?
Got the frames on. Got to clean them windows. I got to clean my car up. I might go clean the inside of that thing. I might need
Shout out to the CIA.
Hey. Confident, intelligent,
you see the title of the stream.
That's the goal. That's the goal, fellas.
To my non-black male followers,
yes, sir.
I'm going to ask that you kindly either watch, or if you don't want to watch this stream, thanks. But come back to another video on men's style, men's fragrance, whatever. But I gotta talk to black men right now. Gotta talk to black men right now about something that's of serious import. Black men, you belong there too. You belong here too. I did a broadcast the other day about being in a room with powerful men and beautiful women. And I didn't disclose the location because I'm just not going to tell everybody about where I go in my life. But you know, going to this cocktail party after going to this event, and I said that there were no black men in the room.
That's crazy.
There were no black men in the room.
You're checking the audio.
There were black women. There were many people in there the room was full of professional folks. And I will take that back. There was 2 black men there.
Okay.
They were working the event.
Damn.
And you know something that I've noticed, that from the first time I actually put on a tuxedo and went to a corporate event, I worked with this company in Houston. It was in the Woodlands. I was working as a research technician, catalyst technician. Actually helped put together a patent for removing sulfur from catalysts. Put it this way, I'm a smart dude. The pilot plant I worked at, the research that I did, revolutionized.
I want to say Kevin took up some hard-ish in college, like what is it, clinical engineering? I forgot what it was called. It was something crazy, and I don't know, it was something outrageous because he wanted to be like a computer scientist or something, man. It was something crazy. So yeah, he definitely got the brain.
Surfactant technology. Exactly. All you need to know is I ain't no dumb dude. So I'm at this event with this small research company that was multi-million-dollar company, international company. And I go, and I remember being a young 20-something-year-old black man.
That's not me, y'all. That's Kev.
And I walk into this room with nothing but older white people. There was one Hispanic-ish guy there, and he was an engineer that worked at the lab I worked at. So the people that worked at the lab knew me, but the people from headquarters, they didn't necessarily know me. they may have known of me, but they didn't necessarily know me. And I will never forget, I'm in this event, and it's black tie. I'm in my tuxedo, looking like $1 million. Black James Bond up in this motherfucker. And obviously, everybody that attended brought their wife or their husband or their plus one. I actually rode solo to the event. And as I'm sitting there talking to the CEO of the company
Wow.
about the research that I had done that was leading to groundbreaking innovations that led to patents and millions of dollars for this company, I actually had an older white woman come up and ask me for a glass of champagne.
Damn. Wow. Yeah, man, I understand. Yeah, can't see his head. That's Kevin's stream. That has nothing to do with us, man. So we just gonna thug it out, man. Just thug it out. All right. That's Kevin's side. We ain't got no control over that.
Now, she didn't ask me where the champagne was. She asked me for a glass of champagne. Some of you may be like, well, what's the problem? Some of you guys may be like, well, what's the problem with that? She asked me for a glass of champagne because she thought I worked there. She thought I was just like she thought I was one of the helpers there, one of the servants there, because the only black men that were there, the only black men that were there
Great question. I'll answer that after
were actually the servers.
Hey,
yeah, that's what it was. That's the only black men that were there.
Could be, man, but you still got to stay in your
funny
mask.
Thing is, when I went to the event,
recordings just got better.
Hey, listen, understand this, man. Like, okay, black men or men, period. Listen, if you're out and about and someone approaches you at a nice event and they ask you for like a glass of wine or whatever, don't allow anybody to get you off of your square. Don't allow words to get you off of your square, man. Just because, either whether this young lady was trying to be funny or she really didn't know, man, just hey, I don't work here or whatever. And keep it pushing, man. I think that a lot of guys, we got to stop wearing our heart on our sleeve. Stop allowing things like that to bother us. Like, bro, there are a lot of reasons why, you can be upset, but that's not one of the times that you should be like, okay, all right. I mean, again, whether she was trying to be funny or she was trying to be funny or not, bro. Like, I know me, I probably just laughed. I was like, yeah, I don't work here or whatever. And just kept it moving, man. Spend too much time focusing on the wrong things, man. Instead of doing what Kevin was doing, which is trying to network. He was talking to what he said, the CEO of the company.
Funny thing is, when I went to the event,
doing
the black men that were there were kind of like, oh, what's up, bro? What's up? Okay, we see you. We see you.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. How we give each other that head nod and shit like that. How we do that. Those brothers were kind of like, oh, man, proud to see you up in this mug. What the hell? What is going on, man? All right, I got to get this fixed. The brothers that were there, they were kind of like, we see you. Like, we proud to see you up in here, man. You up in here doing your thing, because this was a big deal. I mean, this company had contractors like Exxon and Mobil, huge multinational oil conglomerates were our clients. And little old bitty me, Kevin Samuels from Oklahoma, was in the room with all these high-powered corporate executives, all these folks, and they were asking me questions.
And I want you guys to understand something right now, right? Again, if he would have allowed that young lady to get him off his square, start to act like a heathen or whatever you want to call it, then all the work that he had done to get there, all the work he had did to gain the attention of some of those guys, and you know, possibly, future collaborations or whatever. This is why so many people fumble the freaking bag, because you allow moments, small moments of time to get you off of your doggone square. You fumbling the doggone bag. You got, as a man, you got to be able to see the bigger picture. You have to use logic. Stop moving in your feelings. That's not how men move. Not allowing their emotions to control their actions. All right?
I was the man. It was about me. And then in one, damn it, I'm sorry guys, this is bothering me. In one instance, everything crystallized when this older white woman comes by and asks me for a glass of champagne, because black man in a tuxedo, you must be part of the help. Now understand, the tuxedo, the other black men that worked there weren't in tuxedos. I was the best dressed man in the room. But yeah. And the CEO was mortified because it was one of the vice president's wife that actually approached me. Yep, one of the vice president's wives approached me, asked me for the glass of champagne. And the CEO said, "Oh, this is Kevin Samuels. He works for us. He's in the catalyst. He's in the research lab and blah 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 blah."
Bam! Right, that is a prime example. All right, now say for instance, if he would have kept it real and blew up, that was the CEO's wife. Now all of y'all people out there that move in emotions, allow emotions to control the way that you move or whatever. Now, what if you would have blew up at that young lady, not even knowing who the heck she was, feeling some type of way because she asked you for a glass of wine, because she assumed that you worked there. You blew up at her. Instead of this being an opportunity to level up, now you could be potentially, your job could be at risk. Instead of you making an impression, again, you end up fumbling the doggone bag because you allowed your emotions to get the best of you.
And this lady's face was just like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And, but the fact of the matter is, I could have got pissed off. I could have went Malcolm X on her.
Could have.
Part of me wanted to. But you know what? The way I decided to handle it was even better. I asked her. Yeah. I asked her, why would you ask me for a glass of champagne when the bar is over there? Why would you ask me for a glass of champagne when the bar is over there? The reason she asked me for a glass of champagne is because she didn't think I belonged there. There's no way I could belong there. There's no way I was supposed to be in this room in one of the richest suburbs in the United States of America. There's no way I was supposed to be in this room with engineers and financiers. There's no way I was supposed to be in this little bitty high dollar organization.
Appreciate you, bro.
My work proved that I belong there. My results, my outcomes proved that I belong there. But you know what had to actually also prove it? My mindset. I didn't get mad. I didn't get angry. I checked her in an appropriate way.
Bam. Checkmate. There it is, guys. He just said that thing clear as day. He didn't get mad. He didn't get angry. He just asked her a question. Just asked her a question. And then her husband actually swooped in and they're like, hey, that's such and such. He actually works for us. Again, man, stop allowing words to get you off of your doggone square, man. Oftentimes, brother, listen, you ain't even got to fight that doggone hard, bro. You don't. The proof is in the pudding. And understand again, like I said the other time, appearance can only get you but so far. Your appearance can only get you but so far. All right. Your communication can only get you but so far. You have to be able to do and show your work. If you put all three of those things together, you got your image on point, your communication is on point, you can effectively communicate and you can show your doggone work. There is nothing that anybody can tell you. The sky is the limit.
And I remember that. I'm not going to ever let anybody make me feel as though I don't belong. And that is what I see far too often with black men. We don't want to go to places, these upper echelon places, because you're afraid that you don't belong. There's a fear there that you don't belong, that some shit like that, some fuck shit's going to happen. Well, let me tell you something. Your ancestors built this country. This country is what it is because of ADOS, because of the slave trade. We know the history of this country. There's not a place in this country where we don't belong. So I walk in everywhere like I belong. If I have the credentials, if I have what everybody else has, I'll have what everybody else has. Let me say that again. If I have what everybody else has, I'll have what everybody else is having. And that's what I want for you to start looking at yourself like you belong. I'm going to do a full broadcast on this because I'm actually take calls and questions, because what I see is so many black men who have the ability, the potential. But when even that broadcast I did the other day, I had some guy to get in the comment section talk about, young brother, don't ever think that, you go into these rooms and these people are going to look at you the same. I could give a fuck how these people look at me. I know how I look at myself. I don't accept that from that person. I don't accept it from that woman. I won't accept it from you either.
Absolutely. Know who you are, man.
Somebody else.
Because when you know who you are, can't nobody tell you anything different. Know who you are. This is why it is so important for us to do the work on ourselves. You have to want to do the work. And I promise you, it's just something that will click in your doggone brain when you're really putting in that doggone work. Can't nobody tell me ish about me. You're always going to have people that's going to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Not just until the day that you leave this earth, but even after you leave this earth, it's still going to be people that talk about you. Don't let that stop you. All right. You continue to grind. You continue to push forward. You continue to do the things that you need to do. You continue to put in the work. You continue to do the work. And that little stuff that used to bother you 2-3 years ago, 6 months ago or whatever, it will no longer bother you like it once did. I promise you, that stuff will roll off your back. You give yourself that assurance every day that you wake up. Like a lot of people do the affirmations or whatever. I didn't even know what the heck that was. You know what I'm saying? When the first time I heard it, a lot of people do the affirmations. Like, listen, I affirm myself each and every day. When I'm walking down the street, when I'm in the weight room, before I go to sleep, when I wake up, while I'm eating, anytime I catch a glimpse of myself, I am always affirming myself. I don't need anybody to do that for me. That's the gift that you should continue to give yourself each and every day.
Else's prejudices and perceptions are not my problem. If I've done the work, and you know what it is, you often have to do 3 times the work to get half the credit. Absolutely. I want my credit. Absolutely. I want it now. I want it hot. I want it ready. I want it juicy. I want it on time. I want it the way I ordered it. I want my steak medium rare. I want my potato loaded. I want my asparagus crispy. I want my wine chilled.
And
All this
being
bougie shit that we feel like other people can have, but we gotta have the fucking leftovers and the chitlins of the world. Fuck that. You get lobster too. And then you can still go eat a 2-piece and a biscuit. You belong there. So why aren't you there? Why aren't you there? Are you afraid that some guy who may not know you or may not think you belong there is going to do that to you? Fuck them. Don't give them the comfort of security of your absence. Don't make it easy for them. If they have those kind of limiting beliefs, put your black ass in a room and make them recognize your gangster. Do not self-segregate yourself to make somebody else feel comfortable. Take what's yours. Don't ask for it, take it. That is why I say men are confident, intelligent, assertive. But I really want you to get to the next point. Once you finally realize this is where your life and you get to make it, then you have to get competitive. And then you got to get aggressive. Yeah, you got to get in the fight. Because they ain't going to give it to you. Power is not given, it is taken.
Thanks.
Taken. Taken. You can't appeal to somebody's nature or whatever. You take it from them. What I tell you, fighting and fucking, what are you fighting for? Everything out here has somebody coming from another country to come get their piece of it. You were born here. There is no place here you can't go. So what's stopping you? I asked, what's stopping you from going to these rooms? What's stopping you going?
Oh, I just had to stop him really quick, man. Fellas, listen, man. These are honestly some really, really valuable lessons that a lot of us didn't hear growing up from a man's perspective. All right. That tough love that a lot of us need or needed growing up. And understand this, man. You know, everybody was not blessed to have a mother and a father in their life. You know, most people out there grew up without one or the other. All right. So, hold on.
From going to these cocktail parties.
All right. Yeah. One of us, yeah. So most of us grew up without one or the other. All right. And even though that is the case for most of us, that does not mean that you cannot go out and find someone that's going to give you those lessons now. All right. There are people, there are videos, there are coaches, there are, you know, whatever. There are people out there that can give you these lessons, even books that you can go and learn all the things that you did not get growing up. So don't think just because, again, that you did not grow up with a mother or a father in your life that you can't be taught these lessons. This information is out here for everybody. All right.
Parties. What's stopping you from going to the mayor's ball? What's stopping you from going to the art exhibit? What is stopping black men from going to places that are considered high class? Black women are there. It's your mindset. Ain't nobody stopping you but you. It ain't white people. It ain't the man. It ain't white supremacy. It's your black ass.
Absolutely.
You don't want to go and compete. You don't want to go get out of your comfort zone. You don't want to go learn how to move in these places. Yeah, you got to go in there and learn the lingo. You got to go learn the language. You got to go learn the mannerisms. You got to go learn everything else. Well, guess what? If you want what you say you want, that's what you're going to have to do. Look, man, ain't nobody
Giving you nothing.
Sweating what's going on in the black neighborhood, black community. They come take what they want from us and leave. Try to drop black business on the Arab side of town, on the Hispanic side of town, on the Asian side of town, in the white suburbs. You're not getting in there. But you can drop anything you want on the black side of town. Why? You let them. You let them. Learn from them. Look, man, they're not your enemy. You may want to paint them as your enemy. You know what's universal? Green. Money. You know why I belonged in that room? Because I was fucking good at what I did and I made the company money. And I never let myself believe it was anything other than that. I was there because I was profitable for them. And when it was time to pay me, I expected to be paid the most possible. I negotiated hard and I took no shorts. They didn't do me a goddamn favor to give me a job. They were lucky to have me. You belong anywhere here. You don't just have to stay at Oak Cliff or DeSoto or Acres Homes or Fifth Ward or wherever the black side of town is and doing black shit. It's all black shit. That's one thing I would say, that the men who founded the fraternities back in the day, you look at Kappa Alpha Psi, Alpha Phi, Alpha Phi Beta Sigma, and Omega Psi Phi. I know there's IOTA, but you weren't founded until the 60s. You think about founding an organization in 1906, 1911, and 1913, I believe. The founders of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, they were founding their own black fraternity while washing dishes in a white fraternity house. Oftentimes, they were the only black people on the yard at Indiana University.
And here's the thing, man. This is what trips me out about, this newer generation, bro. We complain the most, but yet we have the most freaking opportunities. Information is at the palm of our hand. In that doggone cell phone. And there were a lot more limitations and a lot less freedom. But then again, a lot less complaining and more doing, more action back then. Why? I don't understand why that is. I don't understand why so many people complain when it's so many opportunities out here for us. So many people want to play the blame game, play that victim card, and get in their feelings over things that they can change. Like, bro, I don't want to hear any guy out there complaining about their doggone situation if they have not at least tried to do the work, tried to put the work in. You spend most of you spend all the time complaining about where you are instead of actually doing the work and putting that doggone shovel down and doing the things that you need to do. I don't get it.
They had to actually bring men from around because they had trouble getting 10 guys. Now it's hundreds of us, thousands of us, but we don't go to the same places they fought to get into.
I'll just say.
Why?
What did I just say?
Man, fuck them. I ain't selling out, man. How do I go to one of these kind of places and not have to kiss ass? The fuck? That's not the question, brother. How do I go to these places and not have to kiss ass? Man up. Kissing ass, you mean play the political game? Play the money game? It's the game. Why are you so worried about kissing ass? Because you're worried about what somebody who has less than you thinks about you.
Damn.
Man, hey man, Leon went over to that old bougie ass place. Yeah, man, he in there kissing them white folks' ass and blah, blah, blah. Where's the person that is making these comments? Are they shoulder to shoulder with you going in there to take something?
Behind.
Or they sitting on the corner?
Every time.
Look, man, at the end of the day, the only person stopping us is us. The only person stopping you is you. We belong there. We belong there. We're entitled to it. And if you don't take it, someone else will. I'm going to tell you something else. American black men, African Americans, I can tell you this much. If you don't get your shit together taking your appearance more seriously, your image more seriously, your brand more seriously, if you don't stop playing with life, if you don't stop being a 31-year-old dude just consumed with pussy and not consumed with purpose, if you don't stop playing, acting like you're an overgrown goddamn teenager, that pussy is still new to you, and you ain't worried about nothing else but macking these hoes, guess what? They're coming over here from the continent. They're coming over here and getting it.
Damn, I mean, you doggone right.
I got no problem with them because you ain't there.
Full speed ahead.
Where you at? You mad? You get upset when you see a beautiful chocolate sister on a white boy's arm? Well, guess what? If she likes going to these places and doing these things, where are you? I know one thing. I can't wait to get to Atlanta and do MIT Atlanta there, because we're going to act like we belong. We're going to go where we belong. We're going to get what we're going to get. Believe that.
Believe that.
We're going to go. We are going to be on the 43rd floor overlooking Atlanta the first part of the morning.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to be in a rundown. We're not going to be in a sugar shack somewhere. No, we're going to be in the boardroom.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be in the boardroom, a very nice boardroom, because we belong there. Then we're going to go have a very nice, a great lunch because we belong there. Then we're going to go get first-class treatment at 2 other places because we belong there. Then we're going to go have dinner and dine like kings and get served like fucking princes because we belong there. Then we're going to go socialize like grown damn men, VIP, because we belong there.
Again, man, he's saying everything that guys honestly need to hear, including that tough love. Don't try to speed past that, man. Don't try to speed past on you need to do the work. You need to do and show the work first. All right? After you have done and shown your doggone work, then you get to this point. All right? Understand you do belong there. You still got to do the work, though.
You know what? Why you belong there? Look in your goddamn wallet. You know why you belong there? Look at your resume. You know why you belong there? Look at the sweat off your brow. Now, what's in your mind? That's all we got to do.
Start there.
Put it in your mind that you belong there. Who's going to stop you?
Ain't nobody. Nobody.
See, we got to dispense with this thing of that if I go over here and do stuff that's upper echelon, that I ain't still keeping it real and being black. Fuck that. I reject that wholeheartedly. Black men have always achieved. Whether we got the credit for it or not, we have.
Absolutely. No excuses, man.
I reject the fact that there's only one way to be a real man. You got to be on the No. It ain't always about the street.
Heck no. It ain't never about the street, bro.
Life is war. You need to be a warrior scholar. So where are you going tonight? What are you doing? Are you just sitting at home? Are you sitting at home while you letting every other man out here run wild and take everything? Where are you? Look, man, ain't nobody rushing to get into the club to serve shit in red cups. The little hood joint, the little juke joint, the only people there is us. Go over there and go take what is yours.
Got to do better,
Bring
man.
who you want, take what's yours. And then what you do with it's your business. I don't care if you run over to the suburbs, play golf, go to the cocktail parties, go to the cigar lounge, go to the American Heart Association events, do all this upper echelon stuff and take it right back to the hood. Knock yourself out. I don't dick watch or pocket watch. I want you to get it. Guess what? Black women want you to get it too.
Absolutely.
I was talking to, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I was reminding them of a video that a sister here did on YouTube. Talked about how she was married to a white guy and how she was feminine, beautiful, inspirational, just a model, traditional wife,
Mm-hmm.
feminine, submissive, and all these other kind of things. And I remarked that in this video, she had a revelation that says, you know what? Everything I did for that guy, I could have done it for a black man.
Mm.
I could have done that. I could have done it. An open admission, I could have done all this. And then my children would have had a father and mother that looked like her. And it was the first time I'd heard a woman actually admit the truth that we know.
Absolutely.
But what the kind of things she likes doing, there weren't a lot of black men out there. Black men. If black women like going to the ballet, opera, art, I have more black women hit me up saying, thank you for doing what you're doing. I want a CIA black man, but I cannot find a black man out here who likes to do anything.
Mm.
I can't find him. It's not that I don't want to be this. It's just the things I like to do. I don't want to just do Netflix and chill. I want to go here. I want to do that stuff. But so many black men today make me as a black woman feel bad for wanting better.
Damn, boy, listen, man. Hey, I don't know. I know most of y'all ain't gonna keep it a man. I was honestly stuck in that doggone situation. I am currently getting myself out of that, man. You know, it is okay to be frugal to a certain extent. It is okay to, save money to a certain extent. It's okay to try to better yourself and understand that, it's going to be some days where I got to eat ramen noodles and all of that. But that does not mean you need to deprive yourself of honestly living and enjoying life. Being able to go out there and, of course, like travel, go to nice restaurants, dress up and go out, feel like really, really feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and do things that you don't normally do or you didn't do growing up. That's like that was the hardest thing to wrap my freaking brain around. Things that I never would have done growing up. Got comfortable with that kid mindset. McDonald's, Burger King, fast food restaurants, hoodies. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it after this.
So either I go with a non-black man or I go without. Women aren't our enemy, man.
Oh,
you know me. You know my
agree.
views, but I believe you have.
I agree. No, come on, dog. Come on. Come on.
A lot of us should be ashamed of ourselves today. They don't even have to beat us anymore. Because you quit before you even get in the ring.
You ain't even fighting, bro.
You're not getting in the ring like Jack Johnson and fighting for the heavyweight trophy. You just saying, fuck it. I'm not gonna box.
Fam. We're gonna put that work in.
It's easy to beat men who don't show up.
Absolutely. Scared to compete, man. Scared to freaking
So that's
compete.
the tact on this channel. I demand excellence in performance. You will perform. So will I.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get there together, but there will be no bullshit over here. No, we can't do it because this. We can't do it because that. We can't hit this channel. And if this ain't the way you flow, do yourself a favor and leave, because you're not going to be happy, because I'm going to push you to be a better version of yourself, to not just be here, to go out there and do something.
Come on, man.
Appreciate it, RJ. brother right there, multi-six-figure brother. You black women should be lining up in Arkansas to try to find that man. Move your ass to Arkansas. Get in this goddamn inbox. That brother he's made the money.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the security. And all he wants is a feminine, inspirational, beautiful, submissive woman who will allow him to take care of her. What does he want in return? Your cooperation and some sons. You want to keep going to the cocktail parties by yourself?
Nobody, man. I don't think anybody wants to be alone, man. For real, seriously. I don't.
Black men, understand something. Where you want to be, what you want to get to. I don't think anybody listening to this has had a water hose turned on them, dog sicked on them.
We gonna get to those. That's a great question, man. We're gonna get to it right after the stream.
The shit that our
question.
fathers, our grandfathers, and our great grandfathers, and all those people had to go through. We got to do better.
Got to, man. He had to pull off.
So let me be said. I'll tell you right now, you get in the comment section, you got some slick, stupid shit to say, I'm going to invite you to the block button.
He used to block, man. He used to block people like crazy, boy. Ernie Black man here.
I can do my part to help you look like you look in place, look the part. I can help you look like you fit in these places. You've already done the work.
Like, good grief.
Do the last piece of work here. And then the whole show your work thing is great, but you got to do something. You cannot stay in the house. You cannot stay on the couch.
Hold on. We gonna get into it, man. We gonna get into it, man. Hey, I just want to go ahead and knock this out real quick, man. Again, anybody that is a high earner, understand this, man. You are a part of the few. And I understand, you know what I mean? You want to deal with black women exclusively. And if you are currently dealing with a hard, combative, vindictive type of young lady, then understand this, man. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy being with someone that you want to get you to view you as someone that you currently are. So if you have done the work, physically, mentally, emotionally, and of course, you know, you've already done the financial thing or whatever, trying to become that best version of you, and you have set that young lady down, and you have had a conversation with her, and you let her understand or help her to understand, you know, this is how you are moving. And I'm one of those people that I'm always trying to, you know, give people chances or whatever. There may come a time where you may need to separate yourself from people. Maybe not long term, but short term, just to let them know that, listen, if you are going to continue to add stress to my life instead of add value to my life, then we're going to have an issue. And if you allow a person to continue to do things that they know is causing extra stress to you, like I'm trying to move and I'm trying to make sure that I stay on my purpose. And I want to make sure that the person that is beside me is aligned with those things, aligned with me. Because the person that you are with, your spouse, your girlfriend, or whatever, that is the biggest financial decision that you're ever going to make in your doggone life each and every day. All right. That is the biggest emotional decision that you're going to make each and every day. That is the big, when I tell you, it is so important that you really pay close attention to that person that you're giving your time and your energy to each and every day, because that ties into who you are and how you move on a day-to-day basis. You have to be careful. You have to protect you first and foremost. And I understand that, we grow, and as men, we want to protect the people around us, the people that we love, the people that say that, they love us. But if you are trying to build something and you have somebody in that boat and they continue to poke holes in that boat, and you keep telling them, listen, hey, I'm trying to build something here, and I want you to be a part of that. I want you to be here with me when, as I grow. I want to make sure that you are able to witness and benefit off of the accomplishments that I am making. I understand, man. Again, I am against, separating and everything like that, because I always try to look at the best or look for the best in people. Since I was a kid, I'm always been trying to protect everyone. As most men, we are protectors. Like, if you don't have a dollar in your damn pocket, at the very least, I can protect you. That's what I was bred for. That's what I do. All right. At the bone, at the core of me, at the core of us, I believe that men are protectors. And we want to make sure that the people around us are being protected. But if you have somebody that's there, man, again, that's being hard, that's being combative, that's being disrespectful or whatever towards you, then you're going to have to do something that is going to be extremely uncomfortable, and something that, you probably don't want to do. And I hate to put it this way, but sometimes it's them or me, man. It's gonna be them or me. And understand, hey, it may be to the point where you don't have to completely, you know, detach or separate yourself from this person. Some people honestly get it after, just a little bit of time away from you. You have to make sure one thing, though, that you continue to move in your purpose no matter what. This is why I always say, men should always be on their purpose. If you haven't figured out what your purpose is, and that's your doggone goal for 2023, figure out what your purpose is. Do it for the rest of your life and try to figure out a way to get paid from it. And the young lady that you're supposed to be with will align herself with you. You can't fake this. Understand that. If you try to fake the phone, I promise you, life will get you for it. That woman will figure that out. All right. But if you are really dedicated to being that best version of yourself, and you have really aligned yourself with your doggone purpose, and you're moving like that each and every day, that young lady that you want to be with, that you're supposed to be with, would eventually align herself with you, no matter how hard it is for her. I promise you, she understands. Listen, this is the guy that I want to be with. I'm going to do whatever the hell it takes to be with him. All right. And I always tell guys, I know I get a lot of flack for this, but the way that you tell that a young lady loves you is the amount of respect that she gives you. So if you have a person that continues to disrespect you, that continues to yell and scream and do all of these things, and you have sat down, all right, I'm not saying that you get in a scream or yell battle with these young women, because that's not how you do things, guys. All right. As a man, you should always stand on your square. And if you are communicating or talking to a young lady, then you need to be doing it just like I am speaking to you right now, in a nice, calm tone. There is absolutely no need to raise your voice at all to get your point across as a man. All right. Always stay in your doggone masculine. Never allow anybody to get you off your square. And if I have sat there and I have told you and I'm communicating to you and letting you know, this is how I'm moving, and, that yelling and that screaming, that being combative and all of that other stuff, that's not it. I want you to be a part of my life. But in order for us to get to where I'm trying to get to in life and where I'm trying to get us, I'm gonna need you for you to drop that hard mess, that combative mess. Again, that's why some women are going to need coaching. They're going to have to unlearn some of the things that they were taught growing up. And the people that want to change will change, and the people that don't, they won't. All right, my bad. Let me go ahead. I just had to chime in on that real quick, man. We're gonna let Kevin Samuels finish. My bad, y'all. My fault.
We build the airplane while we're flying.
Great question. T Breeze, man. Shout out to T Breeze. I appreciate you for chiming in, bro.
Go. Your thick tongue, your big lips, your southern accent, your street slang, go.
My bad. I'm thick tongue.
Go. Don't know the rules. Learn, go, figure it out, do better. We're going to have to talk. We're going to talk. But after the talk, then we must act. Because ain't nobody stopping you but you. In every city, in every state, in every city, there is opportunity there. People die to get into this country. We have no excuse. None. None that I will accept, and none that you should accept either. Stop playing with life, gentlemen, because it ain't playing with you. Next time, talk to you later.
Man, good grief, man. Shout out to freaking Kevin Samuels, man. Guys, you can see in this doggone live stream how it first started. Like he was serious, man. He was serious from the doggone giddy up, man. He had a lot of stuff that was on his doggone mind, and I believe that, he got some of it off. He got some of it off. Let me go ahead and knock this down. There's a few things that I do want to talk to you guys real quick before we end the live stream, man. Again, I just want to thank everybody that chimed in, that dropped a comment, that liked this live stream. Y'all make sure y'all share this video, man. Share this with one of your friends, one of your homeboys, a brother, or somebody that's trying to get the results that they want in life, man. We got to push this message. All right. Live streaming every day, Monday, Tuesday, 4:30. What is it? Wednesday, Thursday. Is it 6:30? Let me make sure. No. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Wednesday, Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10:30 a.m. We got to push this message as much as possible, man. We're going to be just going through and just basically, of course, listening to Kevin Samuels, taking the lessons and everything that he's teaching and using them to get the results that we want in life. And understand this, not everything that he says, you're going to use and apply. Some of the things you may agree with, some of the things you may disagree with. But if what you are currently doing is not working, then something about you needs to change. And you need to be willing to change. You need to be willing to, basically take some of these doggone things and be open to the possibility that they may work or they may not work. All right. But we're gonna have to change, man. Anyway, let's go through some more, man. I appreciate it, man. Ultimate Red Pill, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. We the People News said it hurts to hear, but you are speaking facts, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Listen, it's gonna hurt, man. That's just how change is, man. Change is not going to be easy. It's something different. It's something new. So you're not gonna be used to change. All right. Let's see. Let me go back up here to these other comments that I did not answer. Let me make sure. How do women find the right man? I believe I answered that. Oh, didn't answer this one. You think black men? Shout out to We the People News first and foremost for dropping this comment. You think black men should get married? Excellent question, man. Great question. Really, really good question. So I'm gonna say this, man. I think that I don't think that everybody should be married. Let me start off by saying that. All right. I don't think that everybody should be married. I don't think that because I don't think that everybody is marriage material. All right. I think that this would be a huge benefit for our community if more black men did get married. I think that there are a lot of benefits behind marriage, you know what I mean, for the community. But I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say where things are because one thing about me is I like to try to make sure I do a lot of research behind certain things before, I try to say something or give it like a direct answer. So I can't necessarily answer that question 100% and say, do I think that black men should get married? Because we all are aware of, all the things that come along with marriage, men getting the short end of the stick or whatever. And, there are not a lot of benefits for men getting married, period. But I'm gonna say this, man. Again, I think that it's definitely beneficial for some to be married, some people to get married. But I'm not 100% sold on the thought of black men should get married. All right. Definitely believe that, they should definitely have somebody in their life long term. I don't think that, guys should be out here tricking and sleeping, you know what I'm saying, just because they they feel like they got to pick a my fault, y'all, my bad. But I don't think that, again, just because, you got swag, you got money, and you have the opportunity to, stay single and do what you want to do. I think that life is definitely a lot more fulfilling when you do have someone in your life that you can share those moments with. All right. And let's just say this. We'll answer that question at a later date. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just basically a guy right now that's in training. I don't have all of the answers, man, but I'm definitely gonna always continue to speak from the heart and just speak on what I feel and what I feel like is real at the moment. And as we continue to work on ourselves and get more information about that particular subject, then I'll try to maybe expand on it a little bit more. But yeah, as of right now, man, we gonna leave it at that. I appreciate the question though, man. We the People News, great question, absolutely great question, man. Um, Now I did write a comment. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I comment on my own stuff. Don't judge me, man. But yeah, I said because he was speaking about, this whole thing was about black men you belong to. And I was like, for the longest, it was hoodies, t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really understand the importance of like dressing up and kind of looking the part, right? Like it's a complete different feel, you know what I'm saying, when you start to work out, when you start to, get your mental right, you know what I mean, when you start to get your money right, you start to, dress better, smell better. You step out the house and people start to treat you completely different. I'm just like, yo, I never got this type of I got attention, but I never got this type of attention when I went out the house and walked out the house with a t-shirt or a hoodie and shorts on. You know what I mean? And then growing up, you know what I'm saying, there was a lot of like fast food and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom, she cooked every day, right? She cooked every day. And then when I got out on my own, you know what I'm saying, I was just thinking, not even, it was like a more of a subconscious thing. Like just fast food, eating easy, you know what I'm saying, quick, cheap, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that I had money to go out and afford some of these different restaurants, I just never did it. It's a self-conscious thing. Again, because of, how I grew up and the mindset that I kept after the fact. It had nothing to do with my mom, my environment, anything. It had everything to do with me. Because after you get out of those environments, after you get out of hard times or whatever, then it's up to you to change your mindset. All right. It's information out there in the palm of our doggone hands. Most of us just don't look for it. Anyway, uh, and not buying the things that I wanted. Like, it was so many different things that I want. Like, dang, man, I like those shoes. But, I'm gonna continue to save. I didn't know what the heck I was saving for, but I'm gonna continue to save. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it that doggone bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted like certain type of meals, and even though I had the money for it, I was working 2 jobs, and this was a while back, but my rent was like $400. Rent was paid up the next 5, 6 months, man, and still making excuses as to why I'm not going out splurging and actually enjoying life, but I'm just surviving, not honestly living. I'm just surviving each and every day, right? And again, this was a self-conscious thing. Like deep down, I honestly felt like I didn't deserve it. But I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it like, hey, I'm just being frugal. I'm just saving money. Um, I'll spend that on the things that I want. But I wasn't. I wasn't. I was just, again, just saving money, man. All of this was like a self-conscious thing that I had to, and I am currently still like getting over. Understanding like, bro, if you want something and you can afford it, and that's something that you want, if you're gonna continue to stress yourself, just go ahead and get it. Of course, do the research and make sure this is a good buy, good investment, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it's a large purchase, then go ahead and get the things that you want in life, right? Because most of the time, especially being me, putting in the work that I put in, I honestly deserve a lot of things that I kind of deprive myself from. But that's just me just speaking from just personal experiences, man. But understand, when you get older, you have to stop living in that childish like mindset. The older you get, the more mature you get, the more knowledge that you get, you should stop making childish decisions. Make better decisions, smarter decisions. Um, Let me go ahead and do this for the last one. One time for the one time. Shout out to We the People News with the last question of the day. All right, it said, should a man move from his hometown? Great question. Great freaking question, man. Should a man move from his hometown? I think that this was extremely beneficial for me. All right. And I think that this would probably be great for a lot of guys out there. I think that a young man moving from his hometown or wherever, moving from one state to the next, whatever the case may be, would be a really, really good move, because it kind of forces you to do the things that you have to do. You no longer can go to moms or pops, what I'm saying, when times are rough. You can't just go right down the street, right around the corner, what I'm saying, and just pick up money from them just like that. You know what I mean? It's going to kind of force you to become that adult, that man that you should be, which I think again was extremely beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if push come to shove, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, it was nothing. It is nothing for me to thug it out, and I'll get into that at a later video. But if push come to shove, man, I am prepared for anything, the loss of anything. I'm not tripping on anything that's materialistic or anything like that, man. This is coming from a guy that, again, had it all, and then next thing you know, had absolutely nothing, not even a pot to piss in. So again, man, it's going to force you to basically just be a man, man. Basically, almost something similar to college, but not quite. I think college was actually like my first little wake up call. Like, dang, man, I can't just go in the next room and talk to moms anymore. You know what I'm saying? I can't just ask moms to fix me something to eat when I'm hungry. Like, I gotta do these doodles, bro. Like, what the freak, man? Oh man, I don't even have $1.07 that I can go and get, what I'm saying, a little candy bar to hold me over or whatnot. But no, man, I think again, I believe that it'll be extremely beneficial for most guys. I'm not going to say that, a man should move, but I'm gonna say, if you have the resources, and you have that mindset, absolutely, man. I think that would be a huge benefit for most guys. Absolutely. Anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here, man. We're almost an hour and 30 minutes strong, man. I appreciate you guys so much for chiming in, man. This was another one of Kevin Samuels' live videos that he done, man. Extremely passionate about the things that he was talking about, man. Black men, you belong to. The CEO's wife kind of approached him on a different type of level. I'm not going to say it was disrespectful or anything like that, man, but, it was on a different type of level. And I believe that he handled it very, very well. You know what I mean? Instead of allowing that to, get him off his square or whatever and causing him to lose out on a bag or whatever the case may be, he did not allow that second, or those seconds or that minute to interrupt what he had going on. And men, I mean, women as well, man. One thing you need to do is gain control over your emotions. Because when you gain control over your emotions, the sky is the limit. Nobody can control you. If you got control over your emotions, man, let me tell you, oh my God, man, we can do some things. You can do some things. That is one of the hardest things that most people cannot accomplish in a lifetime. It's having control over your emotions when you feel like you've been disrespected, when you feel like you need to lash out, when you feel like, yo, did you just try me? But in that second, you be like, you know what? Take a few deep breaths or whatever you need to be, whatever you need to do to gain your composure again. Kind of give a little smile, a little smirk. I'm telling you, man, it will throw people off and people will respect you a lot more, man. A lot more, because when you slow things down, you take a deep breath, man, and you catch yourself from saying some things that you may regret, saying some things that you can't take back. Again, you take that doggone deep breath. You got to get comfortable with communicating. I'm telling you, by far the greatest lesson, well, two of the greatest lessons you can ever learn in your life: controlling those emotions and effective communicating when you feel like you've been disrespected. Man, listen, two of the best mother freaking lessons you can learn in your life. When I tell you, these two things have honestly kept me from going back to the places that I used to be. All right. Still a work in progress. Still a work in progress. Haven't perfected this thing. But damn it, hey, I'm doing a really, really good job at it, man. Learning day by day, you know what I'm saying, rolling with the punches, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and having conversations with every single last person that I come in contact with every day. Not closing myself off to communicating anymore, because I am going to be a better version of me. And that's how you guys should feel as well. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.